Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jaison Mathew. This is the continuation video of introducing the GUI of 9800 or EWLC introduced by Cisco. So we already covered dashboard, monitoring page options, then in configuration we covered all these four items, at least half of them. Now let's continue from here, and we will be directly going into services section. And services section, the first one is AireOS config translator. So this is the tool. We can use it for converting AireOS configuration to iOS XE configuration. So what you have to do is you have to select and upload the config file. So I have one config file that is uploaded from a virtual WLC in my lab setup. So just open that file and you will be able to see the conversion of the configuration. So as you can see here, this is the output of the conversion. So 34% of CLIs are untranslated because it's not supported or is not directly getting translated into iOS XE. Then we have around 65 percentage or 66 percentage of CLI is already converted. So you can see all the different sessions and what are the configurations getting changed in this one. So you can see here the configuration for mobility, then some of the other examples like RF network details. Then here you can see global radio parameters. What are the things we configured on 9800? Sorry, on AireOS. Basically, all those things got converted here. So this is the translator configurations, and you can see unsupported configurations. You can move into unsupported one, and these are the configuration that is not supported by the iOS XE. Then we have unmapped commands. So these are the commands is not mapped to anything. So this information we have to do it manually. So basically the user encrypted ones and all those things are not getting converted unmapped ones. So this is how this tool can help you to create this file. Then you can do one thing, you can export this one into a text file. I opened that file, the text file that is exported from here from the WLC side. So here you can see the entire configuration that you can use it. So you can use this configuration and put it into your iOS XE controller and you can use it. So if you are planning to use kind of a migration scenario and if you want to convert your configuration into iOS XE from AireOS, then this will be a useful one. So basically you start the WLC with day 0 configuration, then using this config conversion, you will be able to convert the configuration. Then you will be able to use that in the iOS XE. So start with day 0, then use this option available on your controller, convert it, and use it from there. So that's how you will be able to use this particular config converter to just see the configurations on the other side. Now let's go into next option, that is application visibility. In application visibility, I already have one SSID configured here and it's already enabled for application visibility. Otherwise, it will be something like this. You'll be having your profile on the left-hand side. You have to click on this arrow to add it. Then once it's added, you'll be able to enable this visibility side of it. So that's how you'll be able to use this page and enable this. Once this one is enabled, you'll be able to see the application visibility side on the dashboard or monitoring page. So basically, when you are this one last time I couldn't show you the client 360 view. So this is the client 360 view. You are going to get it when you are having a valid client. So as you can see here, device type is dealing device. Then you can see this one is connected to this AP, and you can see the application visibility here, right? So what kind of traffics are going through and what are the major traffic and all those things. So because this particular client is not doing any major data traffic or something, that's why you are seeing major traffic is coming from this side and all. So that is this is happening because of this AVC is enabled on this particular WLAN. Then you can go to the general page and you can see the client properties like IP address and all those things, AP properties, security information, client statistics, QoS properties, Basically, this is a open SSID I just created for testing purposes, and rest of the things are common here. So basic interface, and it shows all the client related information. Based on the previous configuration, this is where you will be able to see the client traffic, what kind of traffics are going through based on AVC configuration. Let me go back to configuration. Next one is cloud services. So when we say cloud services, our assurance will come under this. It can be DNA assurance, Cisco DNAC if you have DNAC, and if you start discovering and connecting this particular WLC to your DNAC, the assurance related configurations will come here. Then you will be able to see that ID token and all those things are getting pushed, and all those things will be sent by DNAC. This configuration will be taken care by DNAC. Then CMX Cloud, if you're using CMX Cloud, and this is the place that configuration will get pushed. So this is the configuration for cloud services. Then custom application. So as per my understanding, you will be able to add your application types here. You don't have to rely on your application visibility protocol packs. If you want to add any specific application with some signature, you will be able to do that. So as you can see here, you can put your application name. It can be any application. If you are using any specific port number or something, you'll be able to add that here. Then you can place any type of traffic. Basically, you are allowing this particular device to understand what kind of traffic you are sending from your app. So here it can be URL based filtering, it can be server name, it can be a protocol. If you are changing the protocol with IP address or subnet, you will be able to use anything like this. Then your port number can be a range or individual values. So you can choose whatever you want. So you can create your own signature and you can put that as a application name here. And once this one is applied, this particular WLC will be able to identify that traffic. So in case if you have a specific requirement and if you are having a specific app traffic type or something, you will be able to identify that using this particular custom application option. Then IOX, this one I don't have any setup, so I'll not be able to show anything. It's not even enabled on my WLC side. So I'll go to the next one, mDNS. So if you are using mDNS service, you will be able to enable or disable this gateway and service policy. You will be able to add service definition, list, and policy. So you can add your setup based on your setup. You will be able to add it and manage this mDNS. Then next one is multicast. This is nothing but the multicast configuration that comes under your controller multicast. So these kind of configurations are getting changed here. So you'll be able to select what is the global multicast mode, what do you want to do with that, and all those things. So IGMP snooping, as you can see here, all my interfaces are already enabled with IGMP snooping. If you want to disable it, you can actually remove it from here, and IGMP snooping will be disabled. Like that. And the APK app, you still have unicast and multicast mode. You can choose which one you want to use. The APK app traffic will be communicated using multicast if you select it as multicast here. So theory is not changing. We had the same configuration on here. So AP multicast mode is unicast here. So I'm not. This one is not enabled. So this was the configuration before, and here that is getting changed like this. So you can choose which one you want to use. Then MLD snooping, IGMP snooping, courier IGMP snooping is enabled by default. Then some of the configurations you can see it here, how this particular traffic is happening in the background. And you can also add VLAN ID. So if you have extra VLAN IDs and you want to enable this broadcast and all those things, this is the place to add it. Then this is how you can control your multicast traffic on your WLC side. Basically, this is the configuration page for multicast. The next one is NetFlow. The NetFlow is the iOS capability. So now it will be able to do the NetFlow configurations on WLC side. So as you can see here, NetFlow is enabled on both the interfaces. It will be also used in the background for AVC. So right now you can see that NetFlow is using wireless AVC basic. So this is the default one. I got it on the WLC side. So you can also use any kind of NetFlow template here. So right now I'm using wireless AVC basic, and you can um, basically this one will be used for assurance point of view. So if you have DNAC on the assurance side other than AVC or application visibility, this NetFlow will be used in the background. Then this is another new feature available on WLC side. So basically, you can, if you are interested in DevNet side, kind of development side. So this is the Python Sandbox, and I didn't use this tool yet. So this is the tool you can use it for CLI based Python scripting and netconf sandbox kind of thing. So I'll be coming up with a different video for this one. So right now we will just say that Python sandbox is here under configuration, and you'll be able to use it if you are good in scripting point of view. And I'll be covering that in a different video right now. I don't have the right data, or I didn't go through this entire thing to just show a sample for that. Then the auto QoS, I already applied QoS configuration on one of my WLAN. So that's why this one is already showing this. So basically, the enterprise, all these the four types of QoS macros, right? So what I will say here is under wireless, you have QoS, then you have profiles. So you have four profiles here. So when you apply this one, it's kind of an auto QoS applied on our Cisco AireOS WLC. So the same thing is getting applied here as a auto QoS macro. So auto QoS is enabled for my one of my SSID, and I applied enterprise here. So you can actually choose what you want to put it. Then that particular QoS, auto QoS will be applied in background. So this is how you can do it. You can click on add, and you can choose what kind of QoS you want to apply. If you don't want to add the auto QoS, this is the place to add that class map, all those things. So if you want to take action based on application visibility and the remarking of your DSCP and all those things, that comes under this auto QoS. And you can once you add your own profile, you will be able to map that. So right now this is the default one based on enterprise profile policy type. Otherwise, you will be able to add it based on your requirement. You will be able to do marking or anything based on your requirement. Now let's go to RA throttle. So this is basically a IP version 6 related configuration. Here you will be able to customize your router advertisement in IP version 6, and you'll be able to customize it. So if you are using IP version 6, and if you want to change the throttle on router advertisement, you will be able to do that in this one. Next one is tags and profiles. First thing we have to understand based on tags, right? We have three different type of tags, and that tags have profiles in background that is getting mapped to the other items in the background. So here I'll just show you the GUI, and I will have a detailed video that covers how this one is happening in the background. When we talk about tags, you have basically three main tags. So first one is policy tag, second one is site tag, and third one is RF. Once we create all these tags, then you will be able to see how this tag mapping is done in the background. So we'll go to the this AP here. Then tag source, you'll be able to see static tags and all those things. All the sources are enabled here. Then in under static, I have only one AP. That AP is having these tags applied. Then these are the default tags I applied to this particular AP. So there is a big thing that is coming. I'll be covering that in one of the video. That will be the wireless configuration. That is wireless setup type as basic and advanced. So I have one SSID created using a basic setup, and using that I use all these things as a default configuration. So that's why you are seeing it like this. All are having default policy tag, default site tag, Let me close this and default RF tag. So we will be doing that customization in another video. So I'll be covering that as a different video. So this is the area you'll be able to see all the tags. Let's see what is there inside your tag. So when you click on this, you'll be able to see what is the tag, and that tag is applied based on India. Then when you select India, you'll be able to see that WLAN profile is India, and policy name is this one. Now we will be covering this one, so just keep it in mind that okay, we have three different tags, and each tags have profiles mapped in the background. So let me go to one of the next one, that is site. As you can see here again, site is having a different tag here, and RF is also having a different tag. So three tags, basic tags with the default, and all of them have default tags here. Then let's see what is this other profiles available here. So Flex Connect profile, this is something like our Flex Connect group. So the background things are different, how this one is getting configured. But the functionality wise, it's kind of a local switching Flex Connect profile. Then this profile will be getting into another tag, and we will cover that separately. So just keep this one in mind. You have Flex Connect profile, then local authentication, general stuffs, local authentication. You can add local users based on. So basically, the Flex Connect group. Let me go to this one, default Flex Connect group. Whatever is there in this one, some of them came here. So as I mentioned in the previous video, some of the things are, this one is getting segregated into multiple sections, and some of these sections are coming under this configuration policy, VLAN mapping, and all those things. So you can add your WLAN, VLAN ID mapping, and that kind of things. So that's all purpose of Flex Connect profile here. Then we have another profile for AP joining profile. So default AP joining profile is like this. So when these APs are coming under the default AP profile, it will be like these configurations will be applied. What are the things you want to do with? Then, as you can see here, are just MSS value, CapWeb related stuffs, advanced settings of CapWeb, AP, general configuration, hyperlocation details, VLE module, packet capture, management side, device TFTP details, the syslog broadcasting, then user, all these basic stuffs that is comes under global configuration. As you can see, you have a lot of options here, right? So the LED status and all those things that is getting converted into this model. Then CDP, is it enabled or not? Rogue AP things, ICAP details, and all those things. So basically, the AP related configuration under here, global configuration, that is coming under this profile. So this one will be used for once this tag is applied on your AP, this configuration will be applied on your AP. So this is the purpose of this AP profile. We'll cover it, but just see the GUI now. Then policy, default policy, you can see the policy names. Right now, this particular policy is applied. So as you can see, central switching, central authentication, central ESTP, all those things are enabled here. Access policies like radius profiling and all those things are disabled, and the interface mapping is happening here. ACLs are mapped here, QoS is mapped here. As I mentioned earlier, auto QoS mapping is done here. So auto QoS part is applied here. You will be able to enable SIP CAC and all those things. Then mobility anchor configuration is coming here for the WLAN. So we will cover WLAN creation in a different video. So you will get a better understanding. But you just keep this GUI. Then RF profile, this is nothing but our RF profile, how we want to apply your RF profile in your radio site. So you can select that profile types. These are the default ones. Then based on your requirement, you will be able to change it. So these are the RRM related stuffs we have to configure, and all those things will be applied under RF profile. So this is the RF profile. Then tags we already covered, and WLAN, I have only one WLAN, and this is the WLAN basic configurations, security, and advanced side. So just keep it in mind that this is the place to get your profiles and tags. So we have multiple things, and when you see this one for first time, you will feel like a little confused compared to our WLC point of view, WLAN, and all those things. But don't worry, we will have a different video that talks about these tags and how to use that. So with this, I will close this video because it's becoming too lengthy. Um, when I started this GUI related videos, I thought it will be a very short video, but somehow it's getting extended like anything when we are explaining things. So we'll close it here with this WLANs as a last one in tags. Then we'll continue from wireless in the next video onwards. Thank you for watching.